Hey everybody, my name is Tom Harvey. So today I'm making a video about probate. If you don't know me, I'm a local real estate professional here in Clark County, Washington, and I specialize in helping families navigate the probate process. So if you found yourself navigating the world of probate or would like to know more about avoiding probate, I think you're in the right place. Probate can seem overwhelming, but my goal in this video is to make this process clear and as straightforward as possible. So also in this video, I'll break down a few things you need to know about probate step by step so you can learn how to navigate it or avoid it. It's very complex and it takes a lot of time and energy. So, well, let's just jump right in. What is probate? So first, let's talk about what probate actually is. Probate is a legal process of managing a deceased person's estate. It ensures that debts are paid and the remaining assets are distributed according to the will. Or if there isn't a will, then distribution would be according to the state law. So now that we've covered what probate is, you might be wondering, well, when is probate required? Let's explore that. In most cases, probate is required when someone passes away and owned property solely in their name when there was no living trust in place. However, there are exceptions. One example are properties that are held in joint tenancy, or small estates under a certain value might bypass probate entirely. So the basic idea of when probate is required. So that's the basic idea of when probate is required. Now let's dive into the steps of the probate process and break it down. So what does the probate process involve? Here's just a quick overview of the steps in the probate process that are required. Step 1, appointing a personal representative. This is one of the first steps in the probate process. If the descendant left a will, the court typically appoints the executor named in the will as the personal rep. If there is no will, the court will assign an administrator, which is a person who is usually a close family member or someone qualified to handle the big responsibility of managing the estate in probate. The personal representative is tasked with managing the estate, which includes gathering assets, handling paperwork, and acting in the best interest of the beneficiaries, the heirs, or anyone who might be inheriting any of the assets involved in the property. So step 2 is, how do we initiate the probate process in Clark County, Washington? So when an individual passes away with a will or without a will, the personal representative must initiate the probate process by filing a petition for probate with the Superior Court in the county where the deceased resided. Step 3 would be inventorying assets. So once the personal representative is appointed, they must identify and document all the descendants' assets. This includes bank accounts, real estate, personal property, investments, and even digital assets. The personal representative is also responsible for determining the value of these assets, often with help of appraisers or financial professionals, which will create a clear picture of the estate's value. So step 4 is paying debts and taxes. Before any assets can be distributed to beneficiaries, the estate must settle any outstanding obligations. So this may include paying off creditors, resolving any legal claims, and covering taxes such as estate taxes, property taxes, income taxes that were owned by the descendant. So step 5 is distributing assets. So once all the debts and taxes are taken care of, the personal representative gives the remaining assets to the beneficiaries. So after everything is distributed, the estate can officially be closed. I just want to say that understanding the probate process is important because it leads us directly to our next topic, which is challenges in probate and how can we simplify it. Probate isn't always smooth sailing. Families often face emotional stress, there's legal fees, having to pay out of pocket for certain expenses, and even disputes over the will. I mean, family members will fight over, dad's guitar collection or the car, and this can make it take months, or it can even take years depending on the complexity of the estate and if everyone's getting along and if everyone's in agreement. So It even gets more challenging when the personal representative lives out of state. They call them out-of-state executors. Or it gets complicated when the executor, the personal rep, has health issues of their own and can't afford probate. And this can make the probate process much longer and much more difficult. How can we simplify this process? I just want to go over a few tips on how we've simplified this process, and one of them is planning ahead. Creating a trust, keeping an updated will. This can prevent many issues. This can save you a lot of money. And this can also, take a lot of stress off your plate in the long run. Get organized. Keep a clear record of assets, expenses, and important documents. Another way to simplify the probate process is seek professional help. Experts like attorneys and real estate specialists can save you time and money. My team, we specialize in helping families in probate that can make this process a lot easier. We like to make sure that the executor, the personal rep, doesn't have to come out of pocket. We can refer them to resources that are valuable. To sum it up, the key takeaway in this video is that probate is very stressful and costly. So it's important to plan and to be prepared for the inevitable. And I just want to say that these conversations are not exactly enjoyable, but it's crucial to make sure everything you've worked hard for, or your dad or your mom or your grandma's worked hard for, is protected. It also makes sure that your wishes or their wishes are granted and respected. So navigating the probate process doesn't have to be stressful or confusing. If you have questions or need help, I'm here for you. I offer free consultations to help families like yours save time, save money, stress during this process. Reach out to me today. You don't have to go through this alone, and we can kind of go through this together. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone you think could benefit from it. Thanks for watching.